Well, Luke, we face the trip to Wrexham this Saturday. What are your thoughts ahead of the game?
Yeah, new manager, new personnel. Watched the game against Dover, watched the game against AFC Fylde. A lot of what I watched, I see last year in terms of very organised, very well drilled. Obviously haven't conceded a goal as of yet. And got a threat in Fondop. Maguire Drew, I think, has been a great acquisition for them, great signing at this level. Rutherford on his day, very busy, creates. And they've brought in Luke Young, who I felt was decent at Torquay, unfortunately obviously to be involved in the relegation team, but you see he has quality. So yeah, they're going to be tough. Like any game at this level, we went to Havant on Tuesday evening and they've just come up, so people could expect we would go there and get 3 points. But in fairness, they're a team that are organised, well drilled, got a mentality of winning games. So we know there's going to be a tough task on Saturday, but we'll be fully ready.
Obviously, he's new to the National League in terms of being a manager, but what are your thoughts on Sam Ricketts and what have you been able to learn about him?
I've got to be honest, very limited. I don't really know him outside of the managerial way in terms of football, never crossed his paths. I don't know what he has. I don't know his mindset in terms of manager yet. You asked me about other managers at this level, I could tell you they go back to front, they love to play, they do this. So, like a Gary Waddett will play all day long, makes the pitch big. You look at a Paul Cox at the level previously, would go back to front and pick up seconds. Watching 2 games only, to identify what his strengths are, what he looks to do. I think I see it slightly, but they're in a club in transition to an extent because he's got to get his ideas across to the personnel that were there last year and try and implement that. And yeah, I think he's got a great job. I think they're a big club at this level. You see the amount of fans they had on Tuesday evening, and yeah, I wish him all the best in the future.
I guess that goes back to the saying from last season of it's about what we do, isn't it?
100%. Like, no disrespect to anyone at this level, we have to be on our job, and if we're focused, fully prepared, then I feel and fancy us in most games. And look, we weren't at the races on Tuesday evening, but we conceded no goals in the last 2 games. And brought in Josh Amira now, trained today, to have him in the building. I've watched Josh 5, 6, 7 times last year, and being away from him, looking at him and seeing that he has quality for sure. You wouldn't be at Charlton and in their ranks if you didn't. To have him in the building today, you can see he's got quality all across it and handles it superbly. Effective in terms of his work rate, presses with an intent. So I'm looking forward to working with Josh, and he's been bubbly in terms of his attitude across this training session today. So look, we know that it's going to be tough this season. We know that we've got a task in hand. Why? Because myself included, we got to Wembley last year and that was the pinnacle. Obviously failed on what we wanted to achieve, but we know that we've got to strip it right back. We've played 2 games, we've got 4 points on the board, we've not conceded a goal. We go to Wrexham with the utmost respect for Wrexham, because I watched in glimpses against AFC Fylde, they were very strong. Against Dover, I felt they were too strong. And they got personnel in their ranks that could play at every team at this level. So we know that if we ain't on our mettle and we turn up like we did on Tuesday evening, then we're going to have a hard game on our hands. If we turn up like we've trained today, like we will train tomorrow, I honestly believe then we're in for a game.
Obviously, we beat them when we went up to Wrexham last year. Is that something you'll look at as a manager and show the players, or is it just completely clean slate because new manager, new season?
I digress what we worked on in terms of their back 4. Exactly the same back 4 that we faced when we went up there. Obviously, Akil Wright was there, but he didn't play. Luke Young's new, Luke Summerfield's new, Maguire Drew's new, and Fondop's new. So everything offensively we've worked on when going through my notes and comparing how we prepared for them last year will be very much about how we'll go in terms of on Saturday. But offensively for them, us being defensive, it's a different personnel, there's a different shape. They played a 4-4-2 last year with Holroyd and Quigley up top, and the 2 wide boys fell in and played a little bit more narrow. So they're going to play the 3 in midfield, the 3 up top. So we've worked certain ideas and how we're going to cater for their front 3 and where we feel that we can isolate and dominate the ball. But yeah, listen, everyone brings different strengths and weaknesses, and on Tuesday evening, haven't very much about a team that have set plays and restarts. You look at the balls in their box with the quality they have and the personnel they have with their height and power. So Saturday's a different sort of mindset with regards to how they like to play. We're going to play in front of 7,000-8,000 on Saturday, live on TV. So no disrespect, I might as well turn up at 12:35 because I don't need to give the players any team talk.
So being on TV, it does give them an incentive then?
I believe so. I think obviously it's a bit of a draw. It's a slap for the ones who live in Kent and North London way, so they know their family members are going to be watching it on the TV. Not only that, you're going to Wrexham. I remember facing Wrexham when I was at Swindon in League One, and it was a big club then. They're a big club in the grand scheme of things, being in the National League. So yeah, you walk out there, you're at a proper ground, and when that's rocking, I can imagine the roof comes off. And for me, the squad know what I will ask of them in the first 20-25 minutes, and I won't digress on that. But in terms of walking out there on Saturday, yeah, it's a proper ground. So I can imagine they'll be as excited as me turning up there to manage a game of football against Sam Ricketts.